Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Tuesday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I'm Andy Graham alongside Randy Lee. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Brett Pritchard, the Brett Pritchard, on assignment in Mobile. So I'm filling in for him today, but he'll be back with you next week, and your partner in crime. So, hey, look, spring practice is done. The NFL draft is come and gone.
Aren't you glad?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't watch a minute of it.
I mean, well, I didn't watch a minute of it, and there was one single storyline to pop out of all of it that all of us had to endure hearing about ad nauseum in Shedeur Sanders. So I don't know if you want to hit down that old dirty path.
It was a big story, that's for sure.
Well, it made it into a big story. And like everything in society today, it's we extend exactly what's going on with that draft and everything else into a racial topic. It's the most amazing thing you've ever seen in the world that we live in, how you can spin every single thing that's going on into a racial topic. And this one's beyond belief, though. This one really is. This one has to take the cake. Because not only did we make it a racial topic, but the player that was selected number one in the draft was a black quarterback. The player that's been selected number one in the draft for the past 3 years was a black quarterback. 27 of the 32 picks in the first round of the NFL draft were black.
Yeah.
It's beyond belief
what's the total of all 7 rounds? Was it maybe 70%?
I think the norm's like 70%, which is justified.
Well, I'm not saying it.
Nobody, but we're not the ones making it racial.
That's the point.
It's amazing how
you could say that with a straight face and argue that topic.
It is, and count now. Whereas the topic, the storyline should be Cam Ward, coming out of high school as a 0-star, taking who most thought wouldn't even have been a great college quarterback into the number one pick in the NFL draft. I mean, What a great storyline. Instead, we can't even embrace that. We've got to make it racial somehow. It's unbelievable.
It is what it is. So, I don't know. That's not a topic that I really care.
Steer clear, Andy.
As I was saying, spring practice is gone. The NFL draft is come and gone. We won't have really any legitimate reason to talk about football until July, probably, with the SEC Media Days. So we'll do it illegitimately. Auburn has made some moves. The transfer portal has closed officially, but there's still some guys out there. I think that Auburn has added some pieces. What's this team going to look like in 2025? We're coming off 4. We talk about this. This is the reality of the situation. Auburn's coming off 4 straight losing seasons. First time that's happened in our lifetime, right? 4 straight losing seasons?
I hope so.
Yeah. It's been a while, let's say, and I want to say it goes back to the. It's
probably to the early 50s.
50s.
Your late 40s, early 50s, yeah.
That in that time period. So
before Suge came in.
Yes. So it's the doldrums right now And not only 4 straight losing seasons, but 2020 was not it was like 6-4. So we weren't good in 2020.
Yeah.
You look at it, I mean, do we have reason to hope? Sure we do. We'll look at maybe what Auburn did in 2024. Where do we think we're going to improve? Where do we need to improve in order to not only have a winning season, but, I mean, what would you consider to be a successful season?
It depends on what I saw from the quarterback position. And I hate to single out one single position like that, but I mean it. Like, if you were to tell me Deuce Knight, I keep saying it, but I'm going to keep saying it because I think his ceiling's the highest.
Yeah.
And if you're choosing right now, because I think there are different answers that come out of who wins that battle. But if Deuce Knight's my quarterback, and I keep saying, look, his ceiling's the highest there. He's a high school kid from the state of Mississippi, of course. But when you see him off the hoof, he's got everything you want from length, mobility, arm strength, the way he answers questions, carries himself emotionally and out there. I mean, I like everything I see. The total package I like. So if you tell me I only win 7 or 8 games, and he had a couple of games where we were in it but made a mistake here or there, and I had to buy into that, and we had receivers and yardage that was thrown up there to make me feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel, would you not take that?
Sure.
Okay, but if it's Jackson Arnold, and then you're in a quarterback battle, and Deuce Knight transfers next year after we got all excited about this great high school guy that we got coming in, and we won 8 games, got ran out of the gym a few times. I'm telling you, there are different ways you can win the exact same amount of games, but how you do it is important to me right now. And I'm still good with rebuilding to a certain extent, but I'm so excited that I think we've got a quarterback, if not 2, in that room that ceiling's a lot higher than what we've had for a long time.
So you think if Jackson Arnold wins the starting job legitimately and goes out and has a good season, then we can probably say goodbye to Deuce Knight?
Well, I mean, it's up for debate. You know, I see the transfer portal the same as you do.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you can talk him into hanging around for 2, maybe 3 years before he plays. What are the odds? I'm going to go with pretty low.
Yeah.
Now, would he be right by doing that? I don't know. It all depends on how good of a player he can be. All I can go off of is what I saw in the spring, what I've seen with my own 2 eyes, covering Alabama Mississippi All-Star game. Look, I know that's high school guys playing.
I'll be honest with you, that one's a little bit surprised me. I hadn't watched a lot of film on him, but watching him play in the Alabama Mississippi All-Star game, I thought, wow. He is further along than I thought he was.
Way further along. And how cool he is out there on the field and how graceful
he moves.
Graceful he is moving away from pressure.
Good word.
I mean, you can't package all of that. I mean, this is what we've been asking for. So I don't think there's a perfect answer to the number there. Now, if Jackson Arnold wins the battle and we win 10 football games and he has an all-SEC caliber year and he comes back next year and we end up losing Deuce Knight, fine. Look, it is what it is. Like, you got to find somebody to take you to the next level. But if we were to win a game more with Jackson Arnold rather than Deuce Knight playing, give me the higher ceiling. Give me the longer-term project, and I'll grab a hold of that and see what we can do, because I do sense we're putting a lot of the other pieces around. But it doesn't matter how many pieces you put around if you don't get that quarterback position right. At Auburn, it doesn't.
So chances Deuce Knight is starter day one?
I'm 50-50. I'm hopeful.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't want
where you. I get where you are, where you hope. I'm to belief.
Belief? My belief is that it's 80-20 Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, that's
my Randy hope. My personal hope is I think his ceiling's higher.
Yeah,
I do. I don't know. Jackson Arnold may be a pro. I don't know. I saw him at Oklahoma. I can spin things in the direction that Oklahoma didn't coach him up like they should have. I can do the same things we always do. But I can also go off what my two eyes tell me with Deuce Knight. And he has everything you'd want coming out of high school. I walked into here with a text from a very good friend of ours that's been a long-time coach that just retired here in this state, and I must have said something about Deuce Knight on one of our Auburn broadcasts before now. And he said, Deuce Knight's as good a quarterback prospect as I've seen in the last 25 years coming out of high school. So I trust him. Been around football a lot more than me. He talks, I promise you, he's a lot better color commentator than I am if you're listening out there. So he knows what he's talking about. And look, both of us may be wrong. We were wrong about Jeremy Johnson. I was wrong up and down about Jeremy Johnson. But
most everybody else was too.
But I'm going to stick with my guns on this one, and I hope I'm right.
Well, I hope you're right too. And look, Jackson Arnold, I'm like you. I hope he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He was a 5-star for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like making the same excuses that I made for Peyton Thorne. Is there a lot of difference between Jackson Arnold and Peyton Thorne? I'm not sure there is. Is there a lot of difference between Deuce Knight and Peyton Thorne? I believe there is.
Thank you.
So
I've talked you into it. I got you on my side now, I can tell.
we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Berner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard, Montgomery, or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Here they come. Truckloads of fresh inventory to Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Choose from a huge selection of full-size GMC Sierras, discounted up to $13,250 off. New GMC Terrains, the popular SUV known for its safety, technology, and performance, is discounted up to $7,500 off. Enjoy. No payments until July. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We'll talk about our sponsors here in just a minute, but first let's go to the Eric McKinley Mortgage Pro hotline and welcome in Terry. Terry, how you doing today?
Good, Andy. Randy, how y'all doing?
Wonderful. What's going on?
Andy, did I hear you say that there's not much difference between Peyton Thorne and Jackson Arnold?
I said, by my look right now, yes. That's what I've said.
Okay, wasn't Jackson Arnold the Gatorade Player of the Year, and the closest Peyton Thorne's ever got is drinking a sip of Gatorade?
Well, I'm talking about their stats. I'm not talking about what they did in high school. I'm talking about what they've done in college so far.
Well, people in Lansing, Michigan were dang glad to get rid of Peyton Thorne, and I'm not sure Oklahoma was counting on Auburn, getting Jackson Arnold. He was well thought of, and I think it was a little surprised he left Oklahoma, to be honest with you. He's got way more of an upside than people are getting. Now, I agree with Randy on Deuce night. I don't know. I didn't see the Alabama Mississippi All-Star game, but it is what it is. And the guys, I'm sure legitimately said what you said your friend said, but the best quarterback prospect of 25 years. But the thing that concerns me is coaches seem to be hung up on something I think is very overrated, and that's experience. I just think, and Hugh Freeze is going to point to that with Jackson Arnold. He's got experience. I just think that's vastly overrated. I really do.
I agree 100%, Terry. Let me jump in real quick there because I think that's the reason I'm saying if you're asking me how many wins do I think would make me happy on the season, well, I can buy into a lot of things if I'm showing some progress towards greatness at the end of the tunnel. And right now when I watch Auburn, I don't see us throw anybody out there at the quarterback position over the last since Bo Nix, that made me sense that we were heading in the right direction. So, look, I can win 7 or 8 ball games, but if Deuce Knight, we all agree as we're sitting here going into next season that, man, I really like what I'm seeing there. What do you think about last season? I think more people would buy into that than another project.
Well, Hugh Freeze has definitely done a great job of upgrading the receiver position. But what good is the receivers if the quarterback can't get on the ball? I mean, that's legitimately got to be looked at.
Well, I agree with you, and I think that if you do get great receivers, but you don't have somebody that can deliver, what are they there for? And also those receivers are going to get a little bit frustrated at the end of the season also, and going to be really hard to keep those around, but also go out there and get some of the ones that we're in on for the upcoming years too, unless you've got something to sell them.
Yeah, they went out and got Singleton out of Georgia Tech, right?
Yes.
So, the offensive line for the running back, same thing said. If the key is anything is the line, is offensive and defensive lines. But the focal point at Auburn needs to be on offense because that's where the problem has been. So if anybody calls up spouting off about defense, get a grip. Step into reality a little bit. The problem in Auburn has been on offense. The problem in Auburn has been losing seasons, and it's been because of a subpar, atrocious at times offense. So Defense has carried this team, has made sure they're the reason Auburn has been in the games they've been in. And the offense can't move the ball successfully with any kind of consistency at all. And you know, Peyton Thorne aside, that I think he was pathetic, but I think he was the guy to get Hugh Freeze through the tough times so they could get some guys here, and he served a purpose. But you know, the offense is the problem in Auburn, and it's going to continue to be the problem. It's going to be the focal point. That's where the focus needs to be of the media and everybody else looking at Auburn right now.
Well, you think Jackson Arnold's the answer to that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I just think a change of scenery will do him good. Now, Randy's right. In today's game, you know, guys can bolt. Deuce Knight will probably bolt if Jackson Arnold has success. But flip that around. Say Deuce Knight come in and had success. Could Jackson Arnold bolt? Because he's from Texas, I think.
Well, I mean, if Jackson Arnold has great success, then I mean, it's not like we're going to miss Deuce Knight. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, it's what it is nowadays with the transfer portal and things the way things in the NIL stuff is. So it's a crapshoot. Really is. Appreciate it, guys. You have a good day.
Thank you, Terry. We appreciate it.
All right,
look, what Terry's saying in between all of that is what we've been saying. You know, DJ Durkin and whoever the defensive coordinator's been for Auburn, we go out and we hire an offensive-minded head coach, and the offense is the problem. It's the most frustrating thing that you could possibly ask for dating back to 2015 for Auburn. You know, you would think, based off of the head coaches that we've chosen, that the last thing we'd be worrying about is the offensive side of the ball is be defense. If we could just figure the defense out like 2014, then we can.
That's where we were in 2014.
Exactly where we were in 2014. And then all of a sudden, for the last decade, with Gus Malzahn and Brian Harsin and Hugh Freeze now as the head coaches, it's been the offense that
My
has
Lord,
taken us.
Randy, it's 2025.
I know it's 10 years.
You and I had a conversation in 2014.
About the same
What
thing.
did we say? If we could just
get
a defense to be in the top 30.
I remember the show.
Just the top 30.
You said, Randy, look at these numbers. We don't need it to be a top 10 defense. Not with this type of offense. Not with the tempo offense. Not when you're putting up the points and the numbers that we are. If we can just be a top, I think you said 40. If we can be a top 40 defense, we can win championships.
Yeah.
We cured that and we lost offense. It'd make you pull your hair out of your head.
We've been searching for it for 10 years. Where'd it go?
Oh, I don't know. I hope we find it, though. Deuce Knight,
goodness.
he's the answer. We'll stick with it.
We've been doing this that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at us.
Yeah. We got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We're brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They got 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. Sense of Green, heating, cooling, and insulation, the carrier dealer. They are giving you air that's fresh and clean and cool, and boy, it's starting to warm up out there. So.
Yeah, humid out there. Andy, you love this weather, though.
I do love it.
You can't fight off the cold, but buddy, you love the hot.
I'm gonna tell you something. I mean, this is legitimate. Okay, during the winter, I hardly ever get a good night's sleep because my neck is always just tensed up because my body's cold. In the summer, I sleep like a baby.
Sleep like a baby. And it goes a long way, doesn't it?
It does. Makes Andy a happier fellow. Sense of Green. Go and check them out for all your heating and cooling needs. And finally, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job's too big, no job's too small, commercial, residential, whatever it might be, go and check out J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. Thanks so much to all of our sponsors out there. All right, we're talking about the Auburn Tigers 2025. Quarterback position, obviously the biggest position. Who will it be? We don't know yet. Could be Jackson Arnold. It feels like it's going to be Jackson Arnold. It's his job to lose, let's say that for sure. But Terry was talking about how important the offense is. Well, last year, Auburn, about 430 yards of offense a game. That was good for 6th in the SEC. We didn't finish 6th in the SEC.
Well, I mean, you got to add that A&M game in there and a few others that really do need to be. And now every other team has those games too, so I guess that they factor in. But
we make up a lot against bad teams.
Yeah, and we made a lot of key mistakes that cost us ball games. And you look at the point scoring, Auburn was 71st in the country and 12th in the conference at 27.8 points per game. A lot of those games, yes, you can justify the numbers based off of a few games where you really have some good numbers. Gus Malzahn was always that way.
Yeah.
We'd have an Arkansas game where we'd go on the road and score 55 and come back and have 12 for whatever reason. It just didn't make any sense against LSU and kick 4 field goals. It was what it was. And but my eyes tell me our offense hasn't been very good the last few years. How about you?
I would agree. And specifically scoring points here. Now, I feel like we're in the position and, seeing what I saw last year, knowing what's coming back, that DJ Durkin is going to put a product on the field that's going to make us competitive defensively.
Agree.
So offensively, what do we need to do in order to not only get to the point to where we have a winning season, but put us in contention? You got to score 40 points a game, or maybe at the least 38. Something. I mean, you got to get up there around that edge.
Well, I saw a recent interview with Nick Saban where he talked about changing his thought process around offense versus defense. And there was a certain point where he goes, we're not going to win ball games by just winning on the defensive side of the ball. I got to find some guys that can go out there and get it done, and we're going to have to score in the 40s. And he changed his offense up, changed his coordinators out, philosophy all the way around, and it ended up working out. Here's a stat that's really bad for Auburn. 78% in the red zone offense. That's 108th nationally and 16th in the conference, which is dead last. Why is that? And I don't know. I mean, I have my reasons for it. I'll give you one, which goes back to Deuce Knight again and his ability to scramble and move without the football. No, he's not a darter, but he just makes things look easy out there moving around from what I've seen. If you've got a versatile quarterback that can keep you honest, when you roll the pocket or you just move out of the pocket, and that quarterback can really stretch you, knowing that if you stay back in coverage a little much, give him a little too long, he's going to run the football and score, vice versa. If you try to jump forward early, he'll hurt you deep. Those have been problems for Auburn. Auburn hasn't been able to really run the football in consistently like we did in 2013. Once we got into the red zone, or back to 2010 with Cam Newton and what he did running the football for touchdowns. A quarterback really helps out in that regard, Andy, and we haven't had that.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. And we haven't been able to just line up and push people around offensively. We hadn't been able to line up and say, we're going to run it in from 3. We don't care. Load the box. We hadn't been able to do that.
I'm not sure we're talented enough to do that right now. I think we're closer.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that we're Georgia 3 years ago talented on the offensive line.
No, probably not.
So, but a quarterback that's versatile and can keep you honest, i.e. Nick Marshall, opens up makes your offensive line look a lot better than it normally would if you can do that.
Well, I mean, clearly the receiving corps is upper echelon, if not the top of the SEC.
Agree.
Offensive line, where are we now? Are we in the upper echelon of the SEC? Have we finally got to the point when you add these two pieces on the outside at the tackle
I don't
position?
think so. I think we're in the middle.
You think we're in the middle?
Yeah, but we're not on the
average.
bottom end.
Okay.
Which is a big-time jump. I mean, Jason Caldwell has been on one too many of our shows to give you how pitiful Auburn's been when it comes to sending offensive linemen to the NFL.
We've been talking
We don't
about
have
that
that type of
forever.
talent.
Yeah.
We haven't. Maybe we got a couple NFL guys on this one. I think Connor Lew may be.
Yeah.
And that's a plus. If you've
Maybe
got just one, it's
Xavier
better.
Chaplin is one. If we finally got a left tackle that's going to be in the NFL, that'll help us out tremendously. Be a lot better than Percy. All right, we got to take another break. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bugs Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bugs Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bugs Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bugsisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you. Only a couple more segments left in today's show. 256-234-6221 is our number. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind, or you can comment away on any of the threads on YouTube or Facebook if you've got an opinion about any of the things that we've talked about, whether you're right or wrong. We'll listen. Okay. What was I going to? I can't remember now. I had something I was going to say and I forgot what it is. It's what happens when you get old.
You do get old.
All right. How about who's got the hottest seat in 2025?
This is a great question.
Now, this comes from coacheshotseat.com. The number one, what would you think the number one coach, not in the, just all across the board, college football, would be the number one hot seat?
Now, I have not looked at this at all.
I'll tell you.
So,
I don't think it's. I'll give you a hint. Big Ten.
Michigan State's head coach.
No.
It's not.
No.
Okay.
Luke Fickell.
Luke Fickell
at Wisconsin. The number one hottest seat.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
That's what they say. Now,
Okay.
I mean, I take that for what you will. But Brent, number one in the SEC, they have Brent Venables, 4th overall, hottest seat.
Oklahoma's not going to put up with that much longer.
No, I wouldn't think so.
So I do think his seat's hotter than Auburn's.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
There's been success enough there for them to know that where we've fallen is we can't sit around and watch this much longer. Mississippi State head coach in baseball. There was a certain point where you go, look, I know we won a national championship only a few years ago, but we're 7-14 in conference at Mississippi State in baseball.
Yeah, for the third year in a row.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
In Oklahoma, we as Auburn fans like to think that we should have the same expectation as Oklahoma does in football, but the numbers don't project that way. Over the last decade, we've had a year or two here and there where we've been competitive. Oklahoma's had 7 or 8, and they've had a few down. But this stretch right here is way below where they normally. This is Ron Zook area right here. So I think that's correct.
Okay.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, speaking of that, I didn't, but do you think Mississippi State
did the right thing?
Do you think they make a run at Butch Thompson?
I think they've always talked about making a run at Butch Thompson. I don't think they'll get him. But we all want him. There's just some people that, even when he has a bad year like he had last year, where I'm like, I don't care. He's bought 2 or 3 here.
Yeah.
At Auburn, we like him that much.
Well, we've seen the pattern. I mean,
Yeah.
and because of the scholarships, and we've talked about that for years, and won't go into it. But you'll have 2 good years, and then you'll have a rebuilding year. And you'll have 2 really good years, and then you'll have a rebuilding year. That seems to be the pattern.
I agree. And I think that he has to know that he should be comfortable at Auburn, that one bad year is not going to make us do what just happened at Mississippi State.
Well, look at Plainsman Park. I think he's got to be pretty happy.
He should be. And a lot of that's due to him and his
No doubt.
success and how much people think of him. Really, I mean, I don't know anybody that doesn't like Butch Thompson. I don't know anybody that's a baseball person that has been around him or had their kids around him or that don't really compliment him.
Yeah.
And when you get somebody like that, I don't think Auburn's stupid enough to let him go.
Now,
I don't think
don't go.
Well, I don't think.
Go too.
Let's put it. I don't think Cohen's dumb enough. To let him go.
Yeah.
He's a baseball guy.
That's true.
So I do think they'll probably. Why wouldn't they come after him? I'd come after Butch Thompson if I was
Make him an
them.
offer for sure.
But I think Auburn would counter.
Okay. Back to the football. Sam Pittman, what you would expect. He is number 12 overall, second in the SEC.
That's probably right, but I think he and they've got Coach Freeze next, but they've got to be equal.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, your boy, Hugh Freeze, coming in at number 13.
He's where he deserves to be.
Of course.
I think a lot of Hugh Freeze.
Look, I've said it. We all say it. If it don't go right this year, we're looking for a new coach.
I can't come on air and say any more positive things than you and I have said about his efforts recruiting.
Absolutely.
Can't come up with anything. Can't ask for better. Can't ask for a coaching staff to come together better, to go out there and recruit. I'm a high school guy here in the state of Alabama. My bread is buttered there. I have no problem coming on an Auburn show and saying I love high school sports more and I love talking about Auburn. I'll say it from now until the end of time. What he's done in reaching out in the state of Alabama and become a commodity here in the state that we haven't had since maybe Pat died, but that was before we talked about this, should be applauded. I can't say enough good things about him. We got to win football games. There's this 30. You've got to win.
Can't have 3 straight losing seasons.
You can't have it.
Just can't
it's just
do it.
unacceptable.
No. Yeah.
So, and I don't think he will. I'll say that. I do not think that it'll happen, but he on the hot seat's right where he deserves to be.
Well, he better. Brian Kelly coming in at 15th, 4th in the SEC. I think that's probably fair.
I do, and it's not production on the field as much as it just doesn't feel like the right fit. It's never felt like the right fit to me, and we've been lucky. Auburn hasn't taken advantage of this, but this LSU stretch without a top-notch coach recruiting and taking that program to where it can go, if you don't take advantage of this right now, because what's going to happen is they're going to go out there and get them a Nick Saban. Yeah. I mean, the rest of us are just going to have to hold on.
You mean tell you who's going to be the first coach who's going to get fired next year?
Who?
In the SEC?
Who?
Mark Stoops.
You think so? You think they're going to take that big a step back?
I think they are. I think they're going 1-7 again.
Oof. Yeah, he'll be gone if that happens.
Got to take one more break. We'll be back with the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Tuesday, right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. I'd like to remind you about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Great place to get some great food in the Montgomery and Auburn area. Go and check them out. They got daily lunch specials. They got deals going on all the time around, revolving in and around holidays and different activities that they have. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Check out their website. SteaksInWine.com. That's just a letter N. SteaksInWine.com. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Mentioning the Auburn baseball team, Auburn up to number 5 now in one poll. Speaking of the job that Butch Thompson is doing, they'll take on Samford tonight at the Hoover Met. If you're in the area at 6 o'clock, Christian Chatterton going tonight. They're one of those fabulous freshmen.
Really been throwing it well the last few hours.
Very, very good. This Auburn team's tough, man. They've got they pitch the ball well. Sam Dutton, the transfer from LSU, Chatterton, the freshman, they hit the ball well. Bub Terrell, they got a bunch of freshmen. What's his name? The SEC Player of the Week this past week. Chris
Rembert.
There you go. Thank you very much.
I was trying to think of Cooper McMurray, who finally had him a nice weekend.
Yeah, first home run in SEC play.
We've got a couple of guys over there. Now, Ike Irish has had a tremendous year, but we got a couple of guys over there that you watch and you say, man, if they just kind of get it going, it's going to happen, because baseball, you don't stay down all year.
Right.
It's one of the, if you're a
JJ likes to say the back of the baseball card does not lie.
No, it doesn't. If you're a 330, 340 hitter, if somebody looks down and you're hitting 250, there is a stretch here. It's coming. And Cooper McMurray's one. I think it's coming. And if we can get the power numbers up for a couple of these guys, to the level that we've seen a few of these other teams in the SEC, then we're right there. We're already right there. But, when you get this good a year at Auburn, you like to take advantage of it.
Get a freshman like Chase Fralick come in. I mean, he's leading the team. So he's hitting like 340. So, it's just good eye talent, good evaluation to bring kids in that can compete right away as freshmen. So, again, tonight. And then they'll head to Knoxville this weekend. Take on the Volunteers. That should be a lot of fun.
Well, let me throw a stat out there that I heard, and then I'm glad to look down and see that you had it all nicely typed up. So let's don't let this one get by, because this one is also a common conversation that we've had over the years. But here it is. Auburn has won 8 straight home series dating back to the Alabama series last season, making the longest home series win streak since 2002-2003. Man, if you can create a home atmosphere at Plainsman Park that makes it difficult to come in and play, and you get the fan support that Auburn seems to be getting and all of the enhancements that's going on around Plainsman Park that makes it more and more difficult, you no longer point to the Mississippi States and the Ole Misses of the conference and go, man, if we just had a facility like that and we upgraded. We're no longer having to say that because we love the location, always have loved the location and the layout of Plainsman Park, but it's got a much better feel to it right now, doesn't it?
It does.
That helps when you're winning.
Oh, yeah. Winning breeds winning, that's for sure. It is April the 29th, 1961 on this day. The Wide World of Sports on ABC debuted.
Old enough to remember the Wide World of Sports. Really, it was like an Olympic-style games where they would do the 40-yard dash. I remember Darrell Green, running the 100. And Darrell Green was almost a world-class sprinter to go along with being a Redskins all-time great.
Yep.
There's others that I remember.
Willie Gault.
Willie Gault.
Yeah. I was the thrill of victory. Mm-hmm. The agony of defeat. 1981, on this day, Steve Carlton became the first left-hander in Major League Baseball history to strike out 3,000 batters. Ended up with 4,136. Still 1,500 less than Nolan Ryan, but nonetheless, second all-time left-hander in strikeouts, number 1 being?
Oh, no. The Whitey Ford.
Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson.
Born on this, about 1986, Bo Jackson, drafted number 1 by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
After pretty much telling everybody that he wanted to play Major League Baseball.
And you know why he wouldn't go to Tampa Bay? One of the reasons.
I can't remember.
Because they cost him his senior year in baseball. Mm-hmm. Because they said there was something about, he went down there to take a visit or something, and there was whether he took money or
some kind of meal or something like that.
Took some kind of enhancement, and he ended up not being able to play, and that made him mad. He said, I ain't going to play. Because they're the ones that did it. Yeah, sure did. Turkeys did, but it was their own fault. All right, happy birthday today, Duke Ellington.
You ever watch jazz?
No.
Watch it.
I'm not big on jazz.
You don't like PBS?
Not really.
You like Ken Burns?
Yeah, I do like Ken Burns.
This is Ken Burns.
Okay.
PBS.
Okay.
About a 7 or 8 part series. And at least if there's 8 parts, 2 of them are for Duke Ellington. That's how big he is in this series.
He was a big deal. George Allen, longtime coach of the Redskins.
Think they'll go back to the Redskins name, Andy?
I would love for them to. Is there a poll?
Yeah. No, there's a buzz.
There's a push, yeah.
Yeah, there's a big push for it.
They need to. Willie Nelson, the great Willie Nelson. He's actually got 2 birthdays. I think today and tomorrow he celebrates.
How is that?
I think he was born so long ago that they didn't. It was written both ways on this birth certificate.
He deserves at least 2.
Dwayne Allen from the Oak Ridge Boys, Johnny Miller, Dale Earnhardt, Jerry Seinfeld, Daniel Day-Lewis, Michelle Pfeiffer, Andre Agassi, Uma Thurman, my goodness, Jay Cutler, Justin Thomas. They're all born on this day.
JT won a couple of weekends ago to get off the schneid.
Yeah, how about that? All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. He's Randy. I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.